welcome back to the channel. This is Life Untold. My name is Betty Yosin, and these are the ladies, Sarah and I. And if you're not following any of them, I'm going to put their social media handles below so that you go and follow them ASAP. Today is going to be quite interesting. Very, very interesting. First dates, the do's and don'ts. What are you supposed to avoid? We are going to share our funny first dates experience with you guys, and also comment below your first dates. How did it go? Was it an interesting one? Were you excited? Was it something you were expecting, or it went south? But I mean, girls, dates, it's an important factor when it comes to, beginning to start a relationship. I don't know if any of you have been on a date before, but I have been on a couple of dates. But let me hear you guys' experience.
I've been on a million of dates.
Hey, Mr. Nye.
Hey, you're not me today. We could never find that one.
We stood a search.
And counting.
What was your funny or your first date experience? Any funny first date experience?
My very first date, or any
that you remember.
Okay, there's this particular one that is still fresh. So I had 2 dates on a day. I hadn't double booked, but I had 2 dates. So I had a lunch date and a dinner date. The lunch date was at 2 p.m. and the dinner date was supposed to be at 6 p.m. So the plan was to look the part that I had to dress in a way that I could do for lunch and dinner. Yes, because I wouldn't go back. So if the lunch date closes earlier than expected, I'll hang around and show up for the dinner. And I go in for my lunch date. We are seated. A few minutes later, my dinner date walks into the restaurant with a date. Oh. With a date. So then sat across, and unfortunately I was facing he was facing me, and both our dates were there. And so it was so awkward. We kept stealing glasses at each other.
So did your date come on eventually in the evening?
Wait, hold on. So we steal glasses and then we give this weird smile, go back to our date. But I got to a point I was really absorbed in my date, so I took my concentration off and then I did my thing. We ended up having our dinner date at the same day. I don't know how he discharged his date, but I had to tell my that, I have a meeting, so I'll just put things in place here and go with my clients and you can just take them. And then I sat there and I was looking at them. It was about 30 minutes after my date, before theirs ended. I don't know how he discharged his date. And then he walked over. He said that we didn't say anything for like 5 minutes. We were just laughing. Because we are both guilty. And it's not a bad thing because for first dates, it doesn't mean we are dating or we would date. It's a date. I call first dates screening. We are screening a potential partner. So for me, it's more like getting to know you and looking out for things, maybe flaws or green lights or red lights. See, do I want to go on several other dates with this person, or they will end with the first date? So I think it wasn't bad. And we are still friends today.
I see.
Yeah.
But before I come to Ivy, first date or one date enough to conclude that this is someone I would want to continue to hang out with? It's one date enough?
Not really, but it's enough in the sense that you get to know the basic things that would convince you to want to try. You never really get to know someone. People are married for years and they still don't really know their partner. I will show you what I want to show you. You find the rest out later. Even that, if I don't show you. So first date, it's like I said, it's an initial meeting in the dating process for you to decide if you connect, you vibe. Maybe that will show you just the physical and few basic things about the person, how the person is, how the person smells. If bad breath is a no-no for you, go on the first date. Now you can find a way to see it all, that the person has bad breath or mouth odor, and then you decide, this one I can't.
No go
yes,
area.
no go area. But then I think it's enough to decide you want to try, and then when you go in now and you feel like, it's not good, you can take a walk. Yeah.
Ivy, any funny first date experience?
Well, mine is not as funny as
That is awful.
just a girl with a plan. Mine is not like that. So let's just say someone that showed interest in me. So I visited the person on the first day. When I when I entered the person's room, I'm like, oh my gosh, there's a human being live here. I was totally disappointed.
Wow.
The surroundings, everything was a mess.
No
And
way. He knew you were coming.
He knew I was
And
coming.
he didn't claim.
I don't even know.
Maybe he was waiting for you to
Maybe he
come.
was so comfortable.
Annoying.
Maybe he just didn't care and
Oh
thought
no.
that I might be a
Ah,
girl
you know
that-
that some people say
A
that
dirty
love me,
girl
love
too.
my dog. If I'm dirty, I have to show it to you.
I
so
beg,
that
I
you
beg,
love it.
No,
Be a
I
little
beg in the
Be a
sense that
little bit impressive on the first day.
even that, work on yourself.
Yeah.
How can you be a dirty person and be comfortable?
You
I
get
don't
it.
understand.
Mm.
If I come to your house and I'm as disappointed as you
Yeah.
were, I'm not coming back. When I leave your house, I'm blocking you. It's as simple as that. Because now I'm imagining, okay, if I start dating this person, it means every weekend when I come here, I'm going to clean. I have to
Yeah.
clean the bathroom, change the sheets, do dishes that they pack for 1 week. Who does that? No, and it's a thing. We visit some guys and the whole place is a mess. Dishes in the sink overflowing, some on the floor. The burner is dirty. You wonder,
Yeah.
does a human being use this thing? The washroom, you don't even want to step there.
So then you become a girlfriend / me. Which is which? Make up your mind, dude.
So, how do
So what?
Anyway, so after my whole disappointment, he decided to cook for me.
Hey,
Don't be quick to
Where is
judge.
it?
Okay. I don't like yam, but I couldn't deny it, so I just took it. And he said, okay, so I'll put some juju in there. You are not going to leave me.
hey, first date.
And he's an hour, so I'm like,
My
okay.
people, my people. Shut
I'm like,
up.
okay, so this is happening.
Did you ever go back?
Oh, not really. No, I didn't.
Oh, that is
So you guys didn't end up
No,
dating.
my God, it's okay.
So you guys didn't end up dating.
No, we didn't.
But you personally, is one date enough for you to say that yes, this is someone I think I would want to try a relationship with?
Well, unexpectedly, people show a lot on their first dates, whether they plan it or not. So, yes, you can tell from one or two things, their actions, mannerisms, that, okay, this is the person that I would like to get to know more. I won't decide on the first date, maybe a second and third date will let me know that, okay, I'm going in for this.
For me, I think from what you just said, the moment you decide to go on a second date, it's a decision. Like you've seen something that's making you want to even give a second chance, right? So I think it's enough. Yeah, but then not to conclude to date the person.
Yeah, but
to give a chance to know the
to
person
develop
better.
some likeness
Yes,
to the person.
yes.
Yes, so
But
that's what-
well, for my first date, it was quite an interesting one. I've been on several dates, but this one, it's a very funny experience. So this man, I don't want to mention the business, but
You cannot
he's a
do that.
popular figure in the sports fraternity, in the sporting fraternity.
Okay.
And we used to, I mean, I think he knows me on Facebook, and so he hooked up with me on Facebook. We started chatting via Messenger, and then we graduated to phone. So he traveled abroad, and he said when he's coming, he'll buy me some gifts, and I said okay. I mean, it was quite nice to talk to,
Sweet.
and so I wanted to meet him. I mean, I've seen his pictures on Facebook and all that. He's grown, but he's quite very, there are some people that age gracefully.
Yeah.
So, yeah, he was looking good, though. I was trying to make a decision even before our date.
Hey.
Hey,
What falling?
this is a new one.
So he came back and then he invited me to a buffet in one of the popular hotels in Accra. And then I said, okay. He said I shouldn't eat too because I'm going to eat. And I said, okay, spoil me. So we went there and this dude actually wore slippers. Like I was overly dressed.
No, he didn't.
Because it's a first date, so I was overly dressed, and this dude decided to wear trousers and t-shirts and then a slippers. I'm like, what the hell? What is happening? But that was not my problem. Say, I looked at his toe, and it is as if they've not scrubbed it for years. I'm like, Jesus Christ! As we were eating it was his toes I was looking at, and the
brown.
Brown, black.
Oh my goodness.
The food was not even going. It was like.
I'm sorry.
As I was eating, I was looking at it. So he was like, "Oh, enjoy your food." I'm enjoying it. Hey, this man was like, You see, there are certain things that really put me off. Your teeth and your toe and your fingers. If I see those things there, you can be the nicest person. I'm like, your teeth, I will be kissing it. If you are to date. So how can I be kissing rotten, teeth or mouth?
It's smelling mouth. Why I didn't date someone. And I'm not sorry.
And I know. And there are some people you don't even know how to tell them. And there are some people if you tell them, I've told a friend before. I've told a guy friend, and he actually showed interest in me, and I told him that Charlie, the way you see the yellow on top, I think it's not about the brushing. I think you should go and wash your mouth. I said it in a nice way, but he was offended, and so I was just being diplomatic with these things. When I saw his toe, I'm like, hey, how can a human being still be like this? At least if you bath, you don't you wash your
bathing homework needs parasol.
Hey. So I was there, I was taking some juice, drinks and all that. I couldn't actually eat because I was not impressed. And then he was talking to me about football because he knows I love football and all that. So afterwards, after I met him for the gift, and then he started calling me, I blocked this man. I'm like, hey, this toe, if you don't go and work on it, you won't get anybody. Please, that was how I blocked this man for my life.
Sometimes, that's why everyone should make conscious effort to work on themselves. Can't you smell your apple?
Can't you? And it was that bad though. If it was like manageable, I would have managed it.
And then you see, get him to
the fact that you wore slippers, that means you want me to see. Because you could have washed you.
Some guys have care feeling, and it's too much.
You should keep yourself clean.
But come on, be clean, be neat, please.
Oh, so it smell good.
I smell good.
That's that thing that is key to me. If you don't smell good.
So it was afterwards, but we are so not friends, because he noticed that I did not. Oh, the man dashed me money, all that. But at a point he saw that when he calls me, I don't pick up, and then he noticed I had blocked him. So nowadays we just communicate on Facebook, not on Messenger, but probably if I post something, you go and comment or like it, and that is it. But yeah, that's my experience.
Another one. Okay. This is not mentally focused on the opposite sex, the male gender, but we went out obviously, and it was a Chinese restaurant. So when we went, he was like, "Oh, order for anything that you want." I said, "Okay, no problem." I'm the type who doesn't like to order extravagantly, so I keep it on the menu. And I ordered for one. I saw one thing on the menu. I was like, "Okay, this is good. So let me go for one." And I went for it. The presentation was interesting. The food tasted nice and all that. Now, we are done eating. The guy came, the waiter came to the table, and I said, "What's in this? It's very, very tasty." And he said, "It's frog meat." I was like, "What?" No way. I was like, "Oh my God."
So you eat frog meat? That's
I'm like, "Oh my
goodness." No.
And you said it was nice. She enjoyed it.
I'll be sick for 1 week, I tell you.
I feel like throwing up. Like, I wish I could just put my hand in there and puke everything out.
Oh my God.
I don't want to remember.
On Ivy's experience, it brings me to my next question. What are some of the things that one needs to avoid when you are meeting someone for the very first time? Probably you guys have been talking on phone, you've been texting and all that, and then you decide to meet the person. What are some of the things that you think needs to be avoided so that you wouldn't be in the good books? Or first impression counts. You would be able to make a perfect impression to the person? Starting with you, Ivy.
Okay, so on a first date, I think we should avoid boasting so much about ourselves, what we are,
I agree.
what we have, and what we might not have. Some people tend to talk about the things that they don't have just because they are dates and all that. So I think, yeah, we should avoid boasting about and talking about ourselves so much.
I agree.
Yes, it's about us. We're having a discussion, but give space for me to also talk.
Yeah.
You get it? It shouldn't
No,
be
but it's a
all
thing.
about you.
I don't know if people don't notice it, but you meet them and they don't even give you a chance. I know you are the star in your life. Chelsea, come on now.
Hey, how do you understand in your life?
Yes, we are here to get to know each other. You've used 1 hour, 30 minutes out of the 2-hour day to talk about yourself. The rest of the 30 minutes we use it to eat. How about me? Oh, I met someone before. It was about his job, what he does, what he has.
The salary he gets.
I'm like, hello. I'm here.
I'm here too.
I'm here. And when you try to say anything, I'm not at you. I'm like you.
Oh,
But that one, yeah, why? What's up?
No, and I actually found that that's him on a regular. It's not on
he's
the
a
face.
talkative.
That's him. He's a talkative. But if you are a talkative, when you go on a date, you are there to get to know the other person. So give the person a chance. Be conscious about talking about yourself a little, and then allow the person to also talk about herself or himself, depending on.
oh, what's the point?
Oh yeah, what's the
Yes.
point?
I think
But
then we
just
could have
texted over
texted on the
phone.
phone.
Yeah.
Yes.
Probably they wanted to look at how you, I mean, you look like. You look.
Well, that's another thing you look out for on the first date. If your initial meeting or how you came into contact was not physical,
Yeah.
right? There are sometimes maybe it was someone saw me on your status and was like, oh, I like her. Then you linked us up, we got talking, and we decided to have a thing. With something like that, you are going to look out for the physical before you get to know who I am.
So you compare the picture and then you put it all together.
And be sure that
Is that you? Are you sure?
Yeah, that's you.
So aside the boasting and I mean too much talk, what else do you think should be avoided on first date?
Don't overdo things. Don't try to be who you want. Don't portray a perfect being to the person. If you know that this is something you can do for the rest of your life, don't start. You are not up for splitting bills. You are the lady. You are not up for it. Then the bill comes and you take your pens, pretending like you want to pay part of. Don't do it. So now the guy might
Sarah,
insist.
why are you revealing people's secrets?
So these are things that happen.
I have to pretend that it is true.
Yes. Especially on first.
Then the guy will say, oh no,
Yes,
let me.
the guy would insist on taking care of it, but in his mind, oh, this is someone who is up for splitting bills because he
Yes.
made an effort.
Meanwhile, you are not like
You're not
that.
like that. So now, subsequently, you've gotten to know each other. You've gone on the 5th or 7th date, and he's expecting that
You two,
or maybe you even initiated the date.
Yeah.
With something like that, of course, you should pay for it. But then you initiate. In fact, somebody's birthday, you take him out, and you are expecting him to pay.
No.
Ladies do it.
Yeah.
Yes. So or something like that, you'll be expecting that, oh, she'll foot the bill. I mean, she's willing to pay the bill. And then you make a full picture out of it. Has to pay, blah, blah, blah. And he's like, in his mind, is this not someone who was out
When I met the first time,
So anything that you know you can't keep up with, don't bring it up, don't start it. And don't try to impress and be who you are not. I mean, it's a date. You are supposed to show the person who you are and let him decide if he wants you or not. Yes. So that's one thing we should totally avoid.
Yeah, this goes to the girls, women, my sisters. When you are going on your first date, avoid taking your friends with you. Avoid
I
doing
think
that.
that is a big no-no.
It's different if you don't trust the person.
How
you
does
are
it
going
make
with
sense?
a
You
luggage
get
or a
it.
baggage.
Yes.
If you don't trust the person, that's fine. You go with a friend, but the friend shouldn't sit on the same table as you and your date.
It will be
She
so
can take
awkward.
a different table. You get it? And some people go with 3, 4 friends in tow.
You, I don't know the person's
I
baggage.
don't know. That thing is totally rubbish because I don't understand. How would somebody, even if it's a party, and I want to tag someone along, I would ask whether I might.
Yes.
Is it okay to
Yeah,
bring someone?
yeah,
Because how do you
that's
just take someone you don't know the person's pocket and all that? And I think that brings us to another point, like things to avoid.
Mind what you order.
The way you are laughing.
Yes. Don't go and order everything on the mind.
Mind what you order.
Keep it simple. And also don't order something you don't know.
Mm.
And something that,
Testify.
yes,
You know,
something
some
that
people with their everything.
I
Some
was
people will
laughing because I have an
order.
experience.
Some people will order the food they will eat in a week's time.
Can you imagine?
Like they will go and bag it and put it in the
It doesn't
fridge.
make sense. And also things that that are attacking to eat, like chicken wings. Because tell me why I went on the thing. No. And I ordered yam chips with chicken wings. I didn't even notice it because I love it. So when I saw it on the menu, I was like, oh, I'll have that.
Yeah.
And then it comes halfway in, I realized that I fucked up. Because I was struggling with the chicken wings and I'm like, what is this now? What is this?
You can also be chewing bones on your bread.
You know, boy.
I can't chew bones and I can't use fork and knife on this. You know how to do
Yes,
it.
yes.
This, with my nails, I'm like breaking it. I'm like, I'm looking at the person like, that's not how I am.
The situation calls for it.
Yeah. Don't go and order things you can't comfortably eat like
Yeah.
this. Don't do it and don't order because you don't know the person's pocket. Even if you know him to be a rich person, please respect yourself.
Well, I mean, with regards to things that you are not familiar with, I think I have a personal experience. I went on a date with someone and I saw the person eat something. I mean, because it's a restaurant, the person knows.
Yeah.
When the person was, he said, "Oh, the usual." That was like, me too. Let me go for the usual because because I didn't want to. I mean, behave like I want to come and eat.
Yeah.
I mean, extravagantly. So I was like, "Oh, let me also go for the usual." So they brought some rice and some chicken and beef assorted something,
Yeah.
and it was good. So they added another thing. I don't know if it was a dessert or whatever to
Okay.
it, and the man started with that. So he actually took the things, squeezed some lemon on it, and he was enjoying it. I was like, oh, this tastes like it looks good. Like the way he was enjoying
Yummy.
it, I thought not knowing it was raw fish.
Sushi.
Raw fish. So I decided to also try it.
That's
So I
disgusting.
did it
Sushi.
just like he did with with the lemon. And I also, he was like, "Are you?" And then I noticed he was talking to one of the waitresses. Then I used my hand. I know he saw me.
Yeah.
That's that he didn't want me to feel
So
uncomfortable.
bad, yeah.
So my sister, if you go on a date, please don't go and do the usual. The usual, do you know what it is? Order for something. If it is jollof and chicken, something that you are comfortable
Yeah.
with and you can eat comfortably with the cutlery.
Exactly.
If it's not something that you can eat comfortable with the cutlery, then please, because people will create their impression about you on the first day. Probably that's not how you are.
Yeah.
But because they've seen you like this, they'll go and tell them, hey, and the girl I'm in the system.
See how she was eating the food with her nails.
I mean, like wrapping up, this brings me to my last question. Is dates, going out on a date very important? Because there are some that start relationship without going on dates. And if we are to go on dates, what are some of the things, because we've said they don't, we've looked at they don't, but what are some of the things that you need to do? You prep yourself towards meeting that person that might probably become your potential partner, starting with you.
For me, with my personal experience, I don't think it's anything to do more like that. Usually when people hear this, it's like, I have to go online, look for first date questions, and jokes.
Hey, people said for first date questions.
Yes, there are questions all over the internet, dates to ask on the first question. But for me, it has never been like that. I'm always chill. Like it's a human being I'm going to meet.
Yeah.
It's not like I'm going for an interview. So I meet the person. We should vibe. If we don't vibe, then it's not there. Yeah. So for me, I don't really think there's any preference. Just that you make sure that you are creating a good first impression, and it shouldn't be lies. It should be who you are. So you look good, show up on time. I mean, carry yourself well, and let the person get to know who you really are.
And talk of
That's it.
outfits, what should be the ideal? Skirt, straight dress,
Oh, it could be
trousers?
anything, but I think most definitely something you are comfortable with. especially ladies, don't wear anything skimpy. You have to keep adjusting. It's short, you have to keep pulling. It should be, if it's short and you are comfortable, you will not be pulling it up and down. I mean,
Just be
by all means,
presentable.
just be you, be comfortable, look good. That's it. It depends on where you go. You know, we can go on different kind of
Yeah.
It could be movies, which is totally bad for friends. Yes.
Why?
Movie day.
We are watching a movie.
We are watching a movie. We are not going to talk.
Yeah.
So for the whole 2 hours, we are sitting there in each other's company, not knowing each other. We are watching, probably shouting, laughing, or screaming, depending on the movie we are watching. And then we are done. What? You drop me home, and that's it. That's not a first date. We can do that maybe on the first, maybe second date. Not bad. But for first date, I think movies, club, very loud music, and even double dates. You know, people go on double dates. I don't think first dates is good. Probably like I said, I met someone through, maybe the person is a mutual friend to you and your partner, and then when we decide to meet, we decide to do it with us. So because we are here to get to know each other. So when you and your partner are there and it's a double date, then what it becomes, we are limited.
Yeah.
And somehow the three of you know each other. So you're going to be talking about things that I don't know about.
Yeah.
And then I'll be
You'll be left
uncomfortable.
out.
All of you
At
need
a
to be familiar
yes,
with each other
at a point,
before.
someone will be left out. Maybe at a point, we are talking, you guys are talking, and then something comes up. The person has to shift attention. It will be so awkward. So for first dates, don't do double dates, don't do movie dates, don't do loud places, clubs, and all that. Maybe a picnic. 2 of you in a garden, set up food, drinks, maybe good wine. We talk. So picnic dates, dinner dates, lunch dates, even breakfast dates. You know, but something exclusive. Just the 2 of you. Quiet place.
Before I come to Ivy, before you are, I mean, you guys are talking and all that. Before you even go on a date, you meet at a neutral place and then you go on a date. Is it advisable you go on your first date in the person's house?
This thing is
So not advisable.
it's not. It's not appropriate. Yes. I don't know. Unless the aim is not to get to know the person and maybe pursue a relationship.
You have
Maybe
another agenda.
Another agenda,
Another
yes. Then it's not.
It's not.
Yeah.
All right, Ivy, what are some of the things, the ideal things you think one needs to do when going on a date? And you think that it's important to even go on a date before you start a relationship?
Yes, I'll start with the important. So this important. I think we've already established that in the beginning of our conversation. It's important in the sense that you get to identify yourself as the person you're going to meet. You get to know the red flags and what to avoid and what you want to avoid. And see if you can go and establish a relationship with this particular person. So it is really very important to go on dates. And the things to look out for, like my sister Serum said earlier, be neat. Check your body level. Check your like your mouth, armpits, everywhere. Check your nails, both fingers and your toes. You know, check how you dress. Don't wear sneakers and chat and anything.
It depends on the date. If it's a picnic,
You can wear chalote.
not chale, but
You get it.
it should be
Go
something
on.
appropriate to the place you
You
are.
are going to,
Yeah.
you get it. So you need to look out for all these things when you want to carry the things. And be presentable, like I mentioned earlier, be presentable. And don't wear something skimpy like Serum said and be adjusted at every second of the
I
day.
see.
You get it. Yeah, so that's my opinion on all this.
Okay, and I mean, would you want to go on your first date in the person's house?
Obviously, no. Obviously, no. Men, I don't trust them. I don't even trust myself not to talk about trusting
Trusting a man.
Yes, no.
And before we even end it, should the woman always be the one? I mean, should the man always be the one requesting for a date?
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. However, whoever is requesting for the date, this is another thing. Please plan a proper date. If I want to meet the person, I should be able to come up with at least when, where, and time. And then now we discuss it to suit the person as well. I don't come and be asking, if you keep telling me we need to meet one of these days, we should hang out. When am I seeing you? I have somebody who has been saying it before by a year. I've still not seen you. You see me. You come to me, you have to be forward, but don't be like you are importing it from me. Be forward. Are you free on maybe first day is a holiday? I'd like us to have lunch. Or can we have lunch on Tuesday? Okay. If I say yes, it means the day works for me. Then 6 p.m. sounds good. If it sounds good, yes. If not, if I'm busy, how about 7? Should I pick you up?
You should be
Well,
straightforward.
like, know what you want, and we are all good. That thing, that stressful
It's for
thing.
secondary school.
Yes. The one that aches me is you want to take me on a date. You ask me where do I want to. Master, if I want to go somewhere, I'll carry myself there. If you want to take me somewhere,
No, but
plan it properly.
if I mention Dubai, can you take me to Dubai?
I sure. if maybe we've been together for some time, then it can come up like if I want to go somewhere, I'll tell you to go. But if you want to take me, especially on the first date, plan a proper date. And ladies, asking a guy out on a date is okay. I mean, it's not a guy.
So
thing.
no, me,
but I don't
the
blame
ladies that are asking,
Okay.
no, are they going to foot the bill?
If you're the one asking, definitely you should foot it.
Uh-huh.
But some men are gentlemen. They would foot the bill. They won't allow you.
I don't
Yeah.
blame some of the ladies. At first, I thought it was okay for a lady to ask a guy out. You get it?
No. Okay.
No, I'm coming.
Mhm.
I thought it was okay for a lady to ask a guy. But then I remember dating this guy who told me that a certain girl asked him, and he made a mess of the relationship because after all, it is the girl that asked me out. So I
How
can
does
do
this?
whatever
How does
I
it
want.
make sense?
You know, it doesn't make sense. You know, they feel like it diminishes the lady in some way.
Ah.
I don't know how the Ghanaian mentality is when it comes to the men, but
It shouldn't.
It's
it
not
doesn't.
cool,
But
honestly.
I'm coming from the point where I'm talking about maybe we've been linked or we met at a party or something. We get home to go on the first day, like to initiate the first date. I think it's okay for you as a lady to do it. I don't know if you get
Okay,
my
that
point.
makes
Maybe
sense.
you've been talking for some time, you've been texting, and then you want to see the person. You can initiate it. But like going, meeting someone and asking the person out on a date, that one is up to you. You want to give to a guy and propose to the guy, that's up to you. But I mean, I have done it before. I met someone at the airport. He was so fine. Like I had to walk up to him. I'm like, you're fine. He was like, what?
He was surprised.
He was surprised, and he was like, he has never had anyone in Ghana
Yeah.
move to him. It's normal where he's coming from, but he has never experienced that in Ghana. And so he was so surprised. He was like, what? So I was like, I just thought you should. So I went back to my seat, and then when he was leaving, he came out to me and was like, we could talk sometime. And I'm like, yeah, sure.
Hey. Wahala. That trap na chibela.
I'm like, why not? When he went, I was like, hey. Yeah, so I mean, I don't mind, but it's not a thing I do
On a
on
regular
a regular.
basis.
I mean, you have something really has to catch me. You have to be extra for me to move to you and be like, no. But asking a guy out or planning a date as a lady, it's okay.
It's okay.
One news that I want to add, when you're going on a first date, I think it's advisable to take extra cash, fare. If you're not driving, it's advisable
Absolutely.
to take extra funds because if the date goes weird
Absolutely.
or wrong,
I have a story.
I have to. Let me hear your story.
So it's not about me. A friend of mine, she went on a date, and I don't know how bad it was. The guy said he was going to use the washroom,
okay.
and the girl said she was sitting there for over 10 minutes. So like, what's going on? 15 minutes. So she called like, "Are you okay? Is everything okay in there?" And he was like, "Yeah, I'm fine. Anything?" She was like, "I'm waiting. It's been a while." He was like, "Oh, you thought I wanted to use the washroom at the restaurant? No, I meant the one in my apartment." The guy had left.
Didn't
Hey.
Of course, of course. He left her there.
And his reason was,
I don't know.
So the girl was able to pay the bill.
You take it. You wash plates at the restaurant.
Mind there was me, oh.
Hi.
Someone was taking me out on the date. I mean, I've known that the person was like, you should go out, hang out. And I was like, okay. The person set a date and all that. But the venue was, you see, one thing I think you should also know it. You should know the venue that you are going on
That's why
the
I say
date.
plan a proper date. Let me know when, where, and
Yes.
time.
When someone is planning the date, you should be aware don't just sit in the car and the person drive you
Like you are
anywhere.
surprised.
Yes,
What surprise
you should
is
know,
that?
because for me, I didn't know the venue, but I knew the when and the day. Yeah, I mean the time. So I sat in the car. We drove to some apartment around East Legondera about, and then we got there. The place was very quiet. I'm like, hey, have we come to someone's house? Luckily for me, I took some money. So I mean, me anytime I'm going out with anybody,
Yeah.
I take money because I don't know what will happen.
Always.
Yeah. So we went there, and I saw how did they movie house? That's what I saw.
That movie house thing. I don't know what this is with guys at movie house. Tell me we are going to movie house. That's a big deal.
Me, I didn't know what movie house was. So I didn't know my sister. I didn't know what movie house was. I mean, I have to be honest. I didn't know, and I saw movie house, and I'm like, do we have? I know it's for cinemas over, but there are lots of people in the particular place watching a movie. So here, does it mean that you are going to be there alone watching it? Yeah, like a 20 So we went there. We entered the place. It was like a hotel room.
It is.
And with a bed and with a sofa,
Yes,
with
it's always
with a television, and then
your remote.
and a remote. And then they said, which movie do we want? And then he requested for some old time movie. And we were watching, and he went to lie on the bed. It was like, oh, I should come and sit on the bed. I was so uncomfortable, like, what is happening here? Is this the day?
The fact that you even entered.
Me. Maybe I didn't know. Like, I didn't know that this is it.
Oh.
I was
I
like,
know you didn't came up with that concept.
I don't even know.
I asked my sister for like,
It doesn't make sense. What
I
is
don't
movie
understand.
house?
if you want to, is it?
If you want to go and knock,
house,
can't you go to guest house?
why do we have to start watching a movie that will not finish?
And so we were there, and I'm like, Charlie, I'm uncomfortable. I want to go. He said, so he got pissed. So he just dropped me at Akambo.
They didn't even drop her. They can't hear from the room. Actor, sorry.
They just dropped me at Akambo, and I took I had money on me.
Yeah.
He didn't even give me 1 3 that I used it. So I had money on me, and then so when I got to my place, I was like, someone took me to movie. I said, hey, I heard they're going to have sex. I'm like,
Hey.
Same thing. Actor didn't know. The first time when she came home, she was dancing.
why? Calm down.
Can you imagine? Do you know movie house? I said, yes, very well. She said, hey, you too did. She said, can you imagine? The day he took me to movie house, then you know I said, she gave it to him. They had to sack her from there. So imagine she didn't have transport on her. So please always have cash on you to pay for whatever you are eating and your transport.
And
Because you never know.
You must know the venue. Ask for the venue.
Yeah.
Very
Before you
important.
end up at movie house.
Even that, it's important because you should know how to look.
Yes.
You should look the part.
Yes.
So for me, that's the reason I always ask where we are going. It's
Yeah.
not for any reason. I need to dress appropriately.
And I mean, if you know the place too, you can do research on where
Yeah,
the place is. So, because
And
now,
check out their menu ahead of time.
the world is
Decide
quite
and
scary.
surround the
Yes,
needs.
but the world is quite scary.
to be
Before
in
you
such
take
an
me to some
environment,
obscure place that I will come back with no hands.
You come back, say, you disappear for life.
All right, so I know you guys have picked the 1 or 2 from the ladies. I know they've given you that tip that you need to have in your fingertips when you are planning a date or when you are looking forward to have a date with anyone. So this is where we bring today's episode to an end. This Life Untold. My name is Betty Yosin, and as usual, I have an Ivy here and Sayram, and I am. Leave your comment section. Leave your comment in the comment section below. Let us know your first funny date experience, and also make sure that you are well prepared for any date because it can lead to a relationship which can eventually also lead to marriage. This is where we sign out. Peace out.
Bye.